You guys were friends.
Yes.
For how many years?
23 years. And I actually ended up being with his friend, not him.
His mother calls me son. Like, I was the best man at his wedding.
Like, where does that happen from? Because 20 years is such a long time to just see somebody and never see him with the love goggles on.
Zay had been posting his workout videos, doing some jumping jacks and gray sweats.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the first time. It was gray sweats.
Was you like really in the mood at that time? Was you kind of, had it been a minute since you had somebody? Like,
I couldn't explain the feelings to myself.
Okay.
I couldn't understand why I was feeling that way, where it was coming from, if it was real, if I was lonely. It was so many thoughts going in my head. I'm like, this is your friend.
Yeah.
It was so random.
So you wasn't necessarily hungry.
I wasn't, because I even asked myself, I'm like, why am I looking at Zay like that?
Yeah.
I wanted to work out to get right so I could be a hoe.
How do you get to the point where things actually start to get in motion? Like, what happens? Who does what first?
First, she tried to line me and said, come to my house so I could do your eyebrows.
Yeah.
I said, the fuck I'm coming?
That's wild work. Yeah.
So then, New Year's Eve, yo, can you come help me roll up? I'm like, FaceTime me. I can show you how to roll up.
Show you.
She walked by me and brushed the booty up on me. I'm like,
intentionally?
Yeah.
She did it intentionally.
So she was hunting you, brother.
So I moved.
Yeah.
Then she did it again. If she do it again, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
I said, if she do it again, I'm not moving. She did it again.
Never in my thoughts, I was like, I'm gonna be with Zay, we're gonna get married. Like, I would always be trying to put him on to somebody else all the time. Maybe that was me unconsciously wanting somebody for him, because it couldn't be me. We still had our roster.
Nothing changed. It was like, we just added.
We were very much aware that each other was seeing
for sure.
Unplanned journey.
Welcome back to another episode of the Halfway Up podcast, and I call it Halfway Up because you never fucking finish rising, man. And today I got a very special episode that's gonna be really interesting. I got a couple on the couch with me. First time I had a couple. And I started getting in communication with this couple, and they wanted to share a very interesting story, a story that you usually don't hear. And you're gonna hear a lot about that, the wisdom, the information, the details, as we get into this episode. But before I go any further, I wanna allow these people to introduce themselves. Please introduce yourself. First of all, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys. I'm so honored to be in your presence. Please let us know who you are, how we got here, how you got here.
I'm Danny.
Okay.
Danny of Convo.
Okay.
I'm Zay.
How we got here?
How did you get here? Yeah.
She lined me up.
It wasn't here. I thought you meant like here on the couch.
Yes. Let's talk about how we got here on the couch and then how we got here. Obviously,
okay.
You guys are a couple.
Yeah.
But there's a significance behind your relationship. You know what I mean? There's
absolutely.
a story behind it. You know what I mean?
That's actually how we got here. You know, everybody want to know the backstory.
The backstory
Everybody
of y'all
wanna know
relationship.
how did we land here together?
Yes.
And we're like, you know what? We thought about it long and hard. We're like, we're going to tell the story, but it had to be at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be in the right way.
Mm-hmm. And what is the story?
Unplanned journey.
Very unplanned.
A very unplanned journey. Like this was not planned. It wasn't scripted. And it just happened.
So for clarity, you guys were friends.
Yes.
For how many years?
2025 makes 23 years.
Right. We met August 2002.
Oh, the memory's crazy.
August, because I was my freshman year going to college.
Okay, yeah, you can't forget that.
I can't forget that. Like I was in Greyhound bus terminal.
Oh, you definitely whenever anything involve a Greyhound, the story is cemented.
I can't forget it. So yeah.
So you guys were friends for over 20 years, and then you decided to get into a romantic relationship.
No, it's crazy because we were friends, right? Like Zay said, he saw us. We were at Greyhound.
Mm-hmm.
They had seen me before that. It was actually him and his other friend. And I actually ended up being with his friend, not him.
You was dating his friend?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like,
interesting.
When they saw us on Greyhound, it's funny because me and my homegirl, we're like sitting together and we see them getting on the bus. We didn't know that they had already saw us, but we see them.
So y'all peeped them already?
Yeah, we peeped them.
Of course.
And I'm saying the light-skinned one, which happened to be Zay.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, the brown-skinned one, which happened to end up being my boyfriend at the time. But they approached us in the opposite way.
So I'm always the wingman scapegoat to go talk to girls. It's always been that way. Like, always. Like, I just, whatever. So my man was like, oh, this remember Shorty right there? I'm like, oh, I got you. So I went up and was like, yo, my man, like you. And then they end up, this is college. We was 18 years old. Me and him was both 18.
Wow.
And she's a year older.
Yeah,
So she was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So they met, started talking, whatever. I never talked to her friend again after the bus.
Yeah.
The bus ride was
playing your role.
The bus ride was good, and then she curved me when we got to college. She curved me. I hope you see this. She
was
curved
being
me.
a good wingman too.
She was being a good wingman.
Yeah,
and then
she's holding it down.
But the bus ride was lit down there. I thought it was gonna be something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was quiet.
Ain't it crazy how you could be vibing out with somebody and then they just go? She was like, was the vibes a lie? Or like,
No, she lied to me. She I don't know what happened on that bus.
But she was also raised in the South. I felt like it was like a cultural difference, to be honest.
She was what?
Raised in the South.
Raised in the South. What you mean by that?
The morals are different, the values. You get a New York dude and it's kind of like bad news. It's like bad behavior.
Like you was giving bad news energy?
I ain't gonna hold you. I went to college. I was on bad time.
You was on bad timing?
I was.
She was like, he ain't no good.
As soon as I got there, I was like, oh my God.
Can't bring that home.
It was ready.
Yeah.
But I ended up dating his friend instead. Me and Zay went to school together.
Yeah.
And his friend went to Winston-Salem.
But you was dating him though.
Yeah.
Y'all was making that happen the whole time.
Yeah, and I transferred to Winston-Salem because
to be closer to him.
Exactly.
Oh,
and I like the school.
Okay. Had to throw that
me
in
and
there.
the girl that was on the bus, we both transferred. We went to the school. She came with me, and we was like, "Oh, we coming here. Forget that."
So
transferred.
this was a pretty significant relationship with this guy.
It was for college.
For college, yeah, of course, for college.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be exploring in college, but we had like our time. We were not aligned.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't.
We're not aligned. That's usually how it works.
I always tell Zay, I was like, he hated me. His friend, I was like, I swear, because I was so like, when you're not involved, I was so immature. I was ratchet. I was from New York. I was everything you thought a New York girl would be, and it was just he was from New York too, but still, it was like I was competing against the Southern girls, and if you had to choose. You already know.
Like, and this was like, just to put it into like context. His mother calls me son.
Yeah,
that's
context.
That's my brother. Like I was the best man at his wedding.
Beautiful.
Like that's like so. That's just the context of
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
So
that relationship didn't last really long, but me and Zay stayed cool.
Yeah,
we were still cool. He was cool with all my friends that were still at his school at Shaw, and. All those years from 19 all the way up to 40.
Amazing.
We just stayed cool. Like we was friends. Like I went to grad school. I was in Virginia. He was in another state. We came back to New York. We both came back to New York.
Y'all kept in touch. Y'all connected on social media.
Reconnected, in New York.
Did you guys ever hang out just like y'all?
Nah, we never
not a lie, but it was not alone. We would
like,
be around.
Meet me for a drink or let's get
cool.
food at the restaurant. It was always somebody else present.
Her best friend, oldest daughter is my goddaughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we always in the same circle. Like it was we was just around.
Yeah.
And I never looked at him. We had an event that we did together in 2019. Intermission, me and Zay started. And mind you, again, we're not out alone. We actually out with our homeboy Chad and some other people. We had an event and we decided to start another sector of Convo together. And mind you, not romantically. We just like, we should do this because he had the party throwing history and I'm a host. And we start the event called Intermission. And our second intermission, we decided to wear the same shirt. Like just because we matching outfits.
Sure.
And mind you, this is presentation, right?
Branding. Yeah.
Everybody. Oh, y'all together.
You know people messy. They love a good story.
A matching shirt.
They love a good story.
One shirt made people just speculate that we was doing something. And it was the furthest thing from my brain. And it was actually his friend who I dated in college was like, oh, y'all look like a happy married couple.
Right, on a post and all that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
mind you, and he's not feeling away. This is umpteen years later, and he's like, I see something that y'all don't see. Like, that's basically what he's telling us. And we like, stop that. Like, this is how we're thinking about it.
No.
It was a hard no.
It was wild flow at that event. I was not thinking about her. I was trying to slide all time. I probably tried to holler at everything in there that night.
Yeah.
I was not.
Just to give context, this is not where your mentality was.
Absolutely. Not 100%.
It was so far for both of us that somebody he was cool with specifically asked him to put them on with me. Like he had been pushing a couple of times to put, I
tried to put on with a couple people.
Yeah.
Like,
actually,
my man
more than one.
More than one people. I'm like, my man, or guy, I tried to put it on. Like, it was like I didn't Like she tried to put me on with people. Like,
and they knew we were friends. Like his boys knew. Like,
right. That we was like, again. So it was, the context was,
It's
I
really
was
just
not
friends.
looking. I was literally just, that's just Danny.
Yeah, it's just Danny.
even with the same shirts, like we didn't think about it that way.
Up until what point though? Because that's such a long time to know somebody. That's your family at that point.
Absolutely.
Did y'all feel like family? It's
We
like
did. So when
you would
people
do anything
would say
for
that,
each other.
it's like, oh, my brother, like, stop saying that. You know?
Wow.
It really was, because I'm
Yeah,
like,
like-
what are y'all talking about? Like,
Yeah.
But where does the switch happen? Where does the switch go from like you know each other so well, 20 years, you have a crazy tenure,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't know, maybe this person's kind of cute, man. Or maybe it's like, I don't
you
know.
gotta ask her.
Ask her?
Yeah. 'cause-
Like where does that happen from? Because 20 years is such a long time to just see somebody and never see him with the love goggles on.
It's so, every single day I ask myself this question. I'm like, how the hell? I really, to be honest, I woke up one day.
Mhm.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I was
Okay.
a little triggered. Zay had been posting his workout videos, whether it
Okay.
was a group chat or on his story.
Mhm.
And it was one time he was like on a track doing some jumping jacks in gray sweats.
Mhm.
That was probably the
The
first
gray
time.
sweats.
It was.
The
It was
gray
gray
sweats.
sweats. That was the first time I was like, hold on.
Say what?
Yes, I'm like, wait, like, I did a rewind. I did like a I looked a couple of times.
It was gray shorts. It wasn't sweats. It
Gray
was shorts. It was
shorts,
shorts.
gray
It was
Gray
shorts.
shorts.
It was shorts.
And I kind of was like, So I guess that was like embedded in my brain, even though I tried to like
Because you seen a little
push it
something.
out. Yeah, I tried to push it out. And I left it alone. It had been a couple of
Look
months.
at him smiling.
It had been a couple of months. And I remember him saying something in group chat.
Mhm.
He's like, he's always bragging on his sex game or whatever.
Is he? He always boasting on it?
Oh, we talk about it in the chat. I'm like, listen, I mean,
Said I throw it
I do
down.
some things okay.
Yeah.
do
Some
all
things
right.
I do all right.
I do all right.
Right.
Do it all right.
So I remember like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play around with him because I just felt like it.
But does that not feel weird though? Because if I got plenty of female friends that are very attractive. If, let's say I seen them on a gram or something like that, they got the t-shirt, no bra on or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily think like, you know what, I think I would be like ashamed to see him like that. I'd be like, nah, let me look away because I don't want to see him like that. But you saying, you looking at it like let me get some context. Like in that time in your life,
Mm-hmm.
was you kind of like, was you like really in the mood at that time? Was you kind of, had it been a minute since you had somebody? Like
I had been out of a relationship for, I want to say, almost 2 years at that
Okay.
time. Almost
Okay.
2 years. I was like refocusing on
keeping
myself.
to yourself. There we go.
Yeah,
It's the refocusing.
I
It's the
was.
refocusing.
I was like, I'm not. But I was dating.
Okay.
I was like seeing a couple of people, and I'm like,
Nothing
and
crazy,
I
though.
was avid on, I am not getting in another relationship no time soon.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to be in the street. They would always be like, he about to be outside. I was saying the same. I was on the same energy as him. Like, I'm trying to be in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so random.
So you
And
wasn't necessarily hungry.
I wasn't, because I even asked myself, I'm like, why am I looking at Zay like that?
Yeah.
Like, I kept saying that to myself. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Stop looking at him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that?
Around what age was this? How old were you around this time?
I was 40.
I was 39.
Okay. What was it like? He had the man weight on him. He was coming into, like, what was it?
Yeah, like he was working out, so I saw him differently because he was slimming down.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some
yeah.
muscles happening.
For sure.
And I'm just like, wait, let me look back. Zay got curls. He got waves. Like, I'm just like, I never know his eyebrows. Let me tell you, one time we were at a function and the girl was like, oh, you got such nice eyebrows. And I
I
looked.
was like, damn, that's
Yeah, right. And I
Really?
looked at
That's funny. That's hilarious.
And you know what was crazy? Because I touched his eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
I
they feel
was
like?
They are thick, and something happened. I promise you, if it was like a movie,
Uh-huh.
you would have saw like the little
As
sparkles.
soon as you touched the eyebrow.
As soon as I
what
touched
happened?
his eyebrow, I was like, whoa.
You
Like
felt the magic?
I took my finger off, and I'm like, Denisha, like stop that.
I was just like, why the fuck are you touching my eyebrow?
Right.
Like, he's not even on the same page.
I'm not thinking about none of this shit. I am fully invested, and I wanted to work out to get right so I could be a hoe. That was the goal. It was nothing else. I
Yeah.
had plans on being outside
About to
last
be
summer.
hunting season.
Last summer, I was supposed to be outside. That was the goal. I started working out for that specific reason.
Mhm.
I'm going to be outside. I'm turning 40. I'm going to be outside. I was single. I'm going to be outside at 40.
You're going to be ready, yeah.
I was ready. I was getting there.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
And you
I felt that way too. I wanted to be outside.
Yeah.
And I felt like playing with Zay. I did. I'm not going to hold you. And then when I realized I wasn't really playing anymore, I was like, like how? Stop that. Stop thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like just, it was very out of nowhere. It was out of nowhere. It was very, I couldn't explain the feelings to myself.
Okay.
I couldn't understand why I was feeling that way, where it was coming from, if it was real, if I was lonely. I just, it was so many thoughts going in my head. I'm like, this is your friend.
Yeah.
You're a friend who you've never looked at this way, who people have speculated time after time after time.
And you always shot it down.
Always. I didn't even think about when they would say it. I wasn't like, maybe I should look. No, it was just no.
Yeah.
It was no until it was yes.
So how do we get to the point where you having those feelings, and then how do you get to the point where things actually start to get in motion? Like, what happens? Who does what first? Ask her. Who does what first? Like, you're like, okay, like, because you keep having the thoughts?
I keep having the thoughts, and he's like talking about stuff, and I'm like, well, show me. And he's like, really? And then I'm like, yeah, show me. And he shows me. I'm like, no, don't show.
But what you mean, show me?
How
do we even get there?
So hold on. So we in a group chat, whatever they talking.
Yeah, give me the context.
And they talking like, now I'm like, listen, we not. I'll if you ask for,
because you bragging on it.
Right, I gotta prove now that I'm like, all right, it's no small change here. Like, so I sent the picture, and there's like
in the group chat.
No, he sent it to me because
it was multiple people in the group chat.
Yeah, that was like,
it's guys in the group chat, so I'm not gonna do that.
Of course.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So I sent it, and she was like, I'm like.
Because I was the one that said, let me see.
You hit him on the side, or you said it
in a group chat, and then I DM'd on the side, like, like, I always got them ready. Like, it's cool. You want to see it?
I was like, no, I didn't mean send it to me. Send it to everybody.
I'm like, I'm not sending it. There's guys in the chat. Like,
so, but how did you, because this is your friend, right? Yeah. So it's like, how did you feel? What was the perspective you was coming from? Like, you've never had that type of relationship with her.
You asked.
Yo, men are insane, bro. It's like, this is my friend, and it's like, yo, you want to see dick? Like, word, I got you.
It's cool you asked, because again,
it's not a problem.
We was talking.
It's just business to you. It's not personal.
It wasn't personal. It was just like I gotta prove a point.
He's seen me without clothes before, like getting ready, events.
I've seen
and it's like it's just
they don't pay me. She didn't pay me no attention ever.
Yeah,
like getting ready and I didn't pay. I'm not
like real family shit. Like you get dressed real quick. Like it ain't about nothing.
Like go get like I was at our house and she like got out, shower and then walked. I'm like, the fuck is you go put clothes on?
Hold on. You doing shit like that?
It wasn't, but it was like, but it was me. It was I think it was Kwani there. I think it was somebody else. It was somebody else.
I'm calling Kaepernick. I don't know.
No, dead ass.
I got a couple of guy friends that it would.
Like it's
nothing to me.
But I have multiple female friends that will do dumb shit like that in front of me. Like
really?
Like because they don't care that I'm in a room.
I don't got no friends like that, man. Is it an East Coast thing, man?
But again, I was never a nigga that was thirsty for pussy or nothing.
For sure, yeah.
So fuck, put some clothes on. I'm not even trying to. I'm not even in that. I'm not even in the mode to try to slide you right now, so I don't care that you're naked.
And for women, like we just be when y'all are our bro, like our guy friend that we haven't looked at that way yet.
No, it's true.
We really treat y'all like the homegirl.
Yeah,
it'd be like, oh, fix my bra.
Yeah.
We don't
that's very true. That's true.
Right. So it was. I'm like. It's not. It wasn't no. Oh, she trying to seduce me. And like, bitch,
you think she just being comfortable, and you gonna respect the comfortability.
Right. Go ahead. You in your crib.
You ain't looking, and now you ain't doing no double looks.
It's titties. I'm gonna see titties. Oh, it's like titties, and I'm gonna go about my business. Like I'm not. It's like it's titties. Like I've seen titties, and it's just titties.
You know how I know he wasn't looking?
Interesting.
Because he didn't even know I had an ass.
I did not.
So we got together.
Yo, she was like, I'm like, where's this at? Like this whole time, she started sending me pictures. Like you ain't see it here. I'm like, no. Like wow. Oh.
Because when it's your friend, you're really looking face only. It's like, I'm just looking up. I never look down. It's kind of like a respect.
You're not sizing.
Yeah, you ain't no sizing.
I'm not looking at you like that because I'm not even trying to do that. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
So it was just, once that happened, it went down. I guess it went down.
So you sent the dick pic.
Uh-huh.
And then from here.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
It didn't.
We went back to regular scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Well, what was you thinking when he sent it? You was like, oh, word. Like,
yeah, I was like, whoa. Like,
you was happy.
He wasn't lying.
Yeah. You was thinking I could work with this. You was thinking. I want to see about
I actually
this.
was like, I probably should shut up just in case. Like, I can't handle that sounds like you should chill. But then, like I said, it was embedded in my head. It was just so many thoughts, like so many thoughts about him. And I tried to line him up. Like, I just was like, oh, Zay, can you come help me roll some weed?
No. Stop.
Crazy.
No, we're not going to downplay the shit that she said, right? Look,
She ain't telling it right, bro.
So first, she tried to line me and said, come to my house so I could do your eyebrows.
Yeah.
I said, the fuck I'm coming.
That's wild work.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Do my eyebrows is wild work.
I'm like, nah, my barber hit my shit
'Cause
up
I
when I
told
needed
him
my
I
shit to
could-
get out of control. My barber take care of that. I'm not going to the house to do my eyebrows. So that was the first attempt. It failed. I didn't know it was
Women
an
are
attempt.
so interesting. That's such an interesting thing to say.
Interesting. What the fuck I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to approach it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if it was a regular dude, I just be like, come over.
Just come through.
But it was him, so I had to make up an excuse.
Yeah.
So then New Year's Eve, right? She like, yo.
It was.
You don't want to be like, I'm gonna make you
bro.
like I'm
She was
making
like,
dinner. Come
she
on.
was like, no. Yo, can you come help me roll up? I'm like, FaceTime me. I can show you how to
I
roll
can
up.
show you. Yeah.
Like the fuck you talking about?
Just
Come
being
over.
so literal.
Like
Man shit.
I live in Jersey. He's in New York.
I'm not coming to
gotcha.
New
So
York.
he like, yeah, nah.
I'm not coming to New York to roll
Taking the
up
PATH
Jersey.
train?
I'm
Nah.
not driving to pay the toll gas. I'm not doing all that to help you
Yeah.
roll. I'm not doing that. So I ignored, and nothing happened, right?
Nothing
And
happened. She like, damn, it's gotta come up with something else.
I
Yeah.
brought a New Year's to somebody else, and whatever happened.
Okay.
And then Fat went down the line. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, it was
But
almost a month later.
A month later. Okay.
Yeah, I just was like, listen, it was like I would talk to him, I would try to get a little spicy, he still wasn't getting the point.
Okay.
So
That sounds typical for men, for sure.
yeah,
We be missing
like,
shit.
It's just
This shit was going over
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah, he like, huh? What?
This shit was like literally like even when we get to the point of we go to Soho House, right? She invited
Yeah.
we go out to Soho House, and I get there. They were already there. I got there late, so I come in.
I
And
planned a night out for our crew at Soho House. I'm like, let's all just go drink, hang out.
So I meet them there. I get off. I come there, Soho House, right? And they already had their first drink, so I got to catch up. So I come in, skinny margarita me. Skinny margarita, amazing.
That's your vibe?
That's my vibe.
Okay.
Skinny margarita me. So I got them, and I put them on skinny margarita. So they started drinking. So we drink it, and she tell a story about the bus thing. And then it's the first time I heard that she was like, "Oh yeah," I was like the light skinned guy, and she was like the dark skinned guy. I'm like,
I'm
I
a
ain't never heard this story
light-skinned
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I never heard this before. Like, so I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Still, this whole night, shit's going over my head. She's saying stuff, and I'm not paying no attention.
That's so like us as men, bro. We be missing the fucking we be missing it.
all the time.
So I'm like, so okay, cool. So then we outside. So everybody's been drinking, and we waiting. I don't know why we standing outside the cars, but we just talking, right?
Yeah.
And she walked by me and brushed the booty up on me. I'm like,
Intentionally?
yes.
she didn't touch me.
So she was hunting you, brother.
So
you were being hunted.
She lined me. She lined me. Like she lined me. She did. So I'm
She
like,
put you in position.
so I'm like, hold on, what happened?
Very
Just now?
crafty.
Like, why the fuck she bumping me? I'm like, so I moved.
Yeah.
Then she did it again.
Like, pardon self, my bad.
So I moved again. I'm like, if she do it again, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
I said, if she do it again, I'm not moving. She did it again. I didn't move. She didn't move. So now she going back and forth with the butt on me in front of me.
Oh, you was.
So I'm
you
like this.
was
I'm like-
respectfully, you was on that.
I'm like,
I had to make it clear.
You was,
so I'm like, oh, so this is real. This is.
as they say, dangerously horny for sure.
I'm like, this is really going down. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so all right.
Yeah, it's clear to you now.
Now
Clear as day.
now it's like, dun, 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 shit clicked.
Yeah.
Right then and I'm like, oh.
But I really thought we were like, I was just trying to have fun in the beginning. I'm not gonna hold you. Never
Right.
in my thoughts I was like, oh, I'm gonna be with Zay. We're gonna get married. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm about
You
to
just-
have fun with my
yeah.
friend.
Take a turn on the wild side real
Yes,
quick.
yes.
And I was definitely on that same. I was outside. Like I was literally outside.
Yeah.
So it was.
But then naturally, you get to a point where y'all are intimate. You go on a date. Like what?
Well, from that night, we just went to home base.
Right.
Home base. Okay, and then from there, you enjoy it, obviously.
No, he actually dumped me.
Huh? What you mean?
He dumped
I was
me
like-
before we could get together.
Before I was like, yeah, I don't want like there's a friend type
Yeah,
shit.
you
Like
don't
I
want to
don't.
ruin it.
I don't want that shit to go like
Trust me,
I'm
been there.
I don't know if this therapy shit has worked for me. I don't know where I'm at 100%. I don't want to fuck this situation up,
Mhm.
right? That lasted like 48 hours.
Yeah, he had texted me. He was like, Danny, I don't know. Like, I don't think we should do this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
was like, okay,
Yeah.
like that. And of course, I didn't really want to stop, but I was respecting his boundaries.
Mhm.
Right.
And then probably like a day later or
It came
some
to-
hours.
Like, it was like it was
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't even it was like 39 hours. It wasn't even
Yeah.
48. It wasn't even 48. It wasn't first 48. It was like
Yeah.
39.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and then I went back to our crib. And
Because at that time, y'all was just casually being intimate.
We
Right.
still had our
Mhm.
rosters.
Yeah,
the roster was
yeah, yeah.
nothing changed. It was like we just added.
We were very much aware that each other was seeing
Yeah,
us.
other
yeah, for
people.
sure. Because y'all not together, so
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
it's to be expected.
Yeah.
And then you get to a point where you decide you want to be more than that. You want to be mutually exclusive.
We went on a sneaky trip to Atlanta.
What is a sneaky trip?
Nobody knew that I went with her.
Okay, that's sneaky.
It was very
That's sneaky.
it was very few of our friends that knew at that time. Probably like 3 or 4. The ones
Okay.
that were present at Soho House.
Okay.
And a couple more.
Yeah.
So we went to Atlanta and we went to what was it?
The
A
gathering.
gathering spot. They had a some type of like an anniversary, 8-year
Mhm.
anniversary, and we out there and shit just changed for me. It was like,
Mhm.
oh, fuck, I like her like that.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Mhm.
Like, you know, it's that moment like, fuck. It wasn't no like, damn, oh, this is happening. Like, fuck. I
Yeah.
caught feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
And you know the games, like usually you try to not to be.
You
know what I
try.
mean?
You try.
Yeah.
You try
Keep
hard.
it fun. Keep it cool.
And this nigga like, fuck.
But you feeling away now.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of months before we were supposed to be outside for the summer.
Right.
Mm.
March.
This is in
Mm.
like in March.
Yeah.
Then it just progressed.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
It's funny because we have been planning in our group chat to like we always talked about our whole chat purchasing like a house and having a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
And like people wasn't following up. Like they wasn't like being serious about it. So me and Zay was like, we're gonna still do the friend house, mind you, before we even think anything of each
Mm-hmm.
other. We thinking about this gonna be your room, this gonna be your room, like looking at different places. And as we got closer, we were still thinking we're gonna do the friend house and
right.
do
Just
us, and
right.
do us, you know, and just respect each other's boundaries, but still do us and do the friend house. And then next thing you know, it was like, okay, this is our room.
Mhm.
Right. We was looking at houses. It
It
went from
separate rooms,
separate
to the
rooms to
same.
our room.
So where do you get to the point where it's like we're together? When did we get to that place? Because y'all, I get it, y'all having sex, y'all vibing, you still got your roster. You technically can walk away from this at any moment, but then you get to a place where you decide, like, I want to be your partner.
Yeah.
We cutting the rest of them off. Like, what does it take to even get to that point?
So again, we had like strategically planned out
Mm-hmm.
what was going to happen. Like we had a timeline,
Mhm.
and the timeline was broken. Like I guess low key had something to do with it or something. The timeline was broken, and we was supposed to wait until we found a crib, and then we supposed to wait till we go to our friend's wedding to say like this is going to be the start of our relationship, right?
Okay.
Then we're gonna start the relationship at the friend's wedding. But
Okay.
information had people started speaking outside. People told information that we wasn't ready to share yet because we was not in a relationship yet.
Yeah.
We was not there.
As people found out, they were like leaking it, telephone game.
Because it's so crazy to them. It's so
Mhm.
shocking. It's like, what? Then?
Right. And it was giving out false information and a lie. So before we was like, all right, we just gonna do it. So when we were still looking for houses, right? And then when we found the crib, we saw the house, we was like, oh, nah, this house is fire.
Mhm.
And they was like, no realtor fee. We like, fuck that. We gonna go for it.
Mhm.
So our
We gonna go
timeline
for it.
got pushed up.
It got pushed up, and they was like, "Oh yeah, y'all got it. Y'all move in here." We was like, "Oh wait, whoa." We was like, "Hold on."
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
wait.
such an easy
It
process.
was like, hold on, what? No. We didn't mean like we want to move now.
Mhm.
Like, but they was like, no, you got it. It's cool. Y'all can move.
Yeah.
We was like, y'all want to move on the 15th? Oh, we move.
And you can't miss out on an opportunity like that.
Right.
Right,
So you gotta
because we
move.
was both looking like where she was living at in Jersey and where I was playing. Our rents combined was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was like
Almost 8,000.
almost 8,000 between the both of us.
Right.
Woo.
Right.
Paying a month. So we like, nah, we got like, so
Yeah, we chopped that in
we
half.
chopped that
real
we-
quick.
we
Yeah.
clipped it. And it was like, all right, well, let's do it.
We was like, we about to do this. Then.
And from that point, y'all decided y'all was moving as a unit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it wasn't
That's
just
nuts.
us. We have whole families we brought with us. Children.
Mhm.
We each got children. I have 3. He have 2. He has
Mm.
his mother and brother who
Mm.
he was already, they lived with him. So we were bringing in other people in this situation, so we had to get serious.
It was like
we had to
are
take
we
it serious.
gonna be serious or are we not? Because if we make this move, it's not
Yeah, it
gonna
couldn't be
be.
play.
It couldn't be
wasn't playing
play.
house.
Right.
Damn, that's crazy. So it's like y'all literally started it. It's so the whole timeline of this is so interesting to me
It
because
is.
y'all literally decided to be mutually exclusive
Mhm.
within the significance of like we're gonna purchase a property,
Yeah.
and then the timeline starts from there.
It
Most-
was supposed to be August. It's like let's give ourselves until August to find somewhere to because we were both moving out of our
Even
spot.
that though, it's like you literally setting the timer when you get to live together. Most people, it's like let's go on this many dates, and you know what I mean. And it's like it's like it's just a slower, more traditional way about it. But y'all way just sounds just way more exciting. Like yo, we gonna be together once we get a crib, once we get the keys.
The friendship aspect helped.
I think that
true though. Of course,
it was
y'all really know each other.
It allowed us to have conversations that
Mhm.
people normally don't
Tough
have
Tough
in the
conversation.
beginning.
Yeah.
Like real deep, real like
Raw.
said raw conversations like about stuff like even though I knew
That would
about
make people uncomfortable usually.
real uncomfortable
I can
conversations.
imagine,
Like
yeah.
we had
We even had people like say slick stuff about, his mom being with us. And it's like most women can't do that. That was a conversation we had to
Yeah,
have.
for sure.
Like the average woman is like, huh.
Yeah, nah.
So
yeah.
it's like Zay is like,
Of
this
course.
is the package that comes with me. Are you ready for this? Like,
Mhm.
are you
right like
thinking
because it's and again I know the package that come like are you this is what it is.
Mhm.
Like as no I don't come by myself.
right?
Yeah.
I'm
Same
not
with me and some chaos.
Yeah.
like
with my
there's a lot
background.
going on.
Yeah.
So are you okay with it?
Mm-hmm.
Can we deal with it? If you can't, we don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Right. And we sat down, had real difficult conversation. Like, all right, cool. And I
Mhm.
was like, all right, if we're gonna do this, therapy is the first thing we do is couple therapy from the start of the relationship.
Mhm.
We started therapy from the start of the relationship.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We didn't
y'all.
want to wait till
No, we're
anything
not
happened.
waiting enough, and we want because we both coming in again. I got luggage, she got luggage, right?
Mhm.
Like we need to start unpacking,
Mhm.
right? And some of the stuff we can't unpack alone, we have to pack together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what we've been doing.
Okay. Well, that actually leads perfectly. Now that we're on the friendship, we're talking about the friendship piece. That leads perfectly into the first question that I want to ask y'all, which is, you guys were obviously friends for 22 years before you decided to date each other.
Mhm.
How has having that history helped you in your new relationship romantically? Like, tell me exactly how that history, those reps, how has that really came into play to really benefit y'all now, and that it's more than just platonically.
It helped tremendously because the scary part about dating is the representative. Like you never know what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
When you dating your friend, like granted, we don't know all things 24 hours about our friends behind closed doors. We just know what we see.
Of course, yeah. You know what you see.
Yeah, but when you
Mhm.
have that longevity of time, you've seen them in different levels and versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no room for a representative.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know them better than they know themselves.
Mm.
And that's how I felt like with Zay. It was things that I saw in Zay that other women, like I would always be trying to put him on to somebody else all the time. Maybe that was me unconsciously wanting somebody for him because it couldn't be me at the time. But I was always putting somebody on to him and I would see things in him
Yeah.
that I just knew was good, like good qualities. And I
Yeah.
felt like there was no representative. Like
Mhm.
I knew the good and the bad of Zay. So for the relationship, it just made it so much better that I didn't
Yeah.
have to wait
You knew exactly
90
what
days,
you were getting.
to figure out or until I got pregnant to meet a
Mhm.
new person. Like I didn't have to wait to meet this new person.
Mhm.
What he was what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I can agree with the representative, but I think it's also like again, it just allowed us to have conversations that normally people would shy away from,
Mhm.
right? Difficult conversations, like in the beginning of a relationship, people don't want to do that. It's wow heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy.
Can you give me an example?
Past childhood trauma from the childhood, things that people don't know that you've been through. They might know the surface level, but what deep down happened is like, damn, there's some shit that went on, right? In both our lives and how certain
Yeah.
things affected you.
Mm-hmm.
And we had those conversations and it was easy.
Even financial decisions.
Financial conversation. Listen, I'm not a guy that's going to sit out here and act like I'm the richest guy in the world. I don't live above my means. I'm not buying Louis, Gucci, and all that. Like I'm a white knight kind of guy. Like I'm that's just what it is. Like, cool. I don't like shopping. Like certain things, I'm gonna let you know. Like I don't want to do all this extra stuff. Like I'm cool. Like I'm cool getting an outfit off of Shein. I look good in it. I'm all right. It's cool. I'm all right.
Yeah.
But we had like I said, financial conversations. What can you afford? What can't you afford?
50-50.
50-50. It was a 50-50 conversation. It's like, are we going to move together as a unit, right? Yes. And then what is the goal of our unit? What are we trying to accomplish? Where are we trying to get to, right? Are we going to start checking these things off, right? And we had those conversations. So it's not just, the sex, the fun and all that shit was amazing, right? But when it got down to the time to be, are we really doing this?
Right.
We was able to have that conversation and what does doing this actually look like, right? It's not peaches and cream. We definitely have little spats here and there, but we're able to get back from that because the friendship allows us to have certain conversations without it being personalized. Like, okay, I said something, this is how I feel, or whatever, and she has her moments, we go through whatever. We might not even sleep for the night, but we don't sleep that night because it's heavy on, both of us won't go to sleep, and the next day we like, all right, let's move on.
So it sounds like the years that you guys knew each other just really just allowed you to kind of just have a level mindset in the relationship, versus like a lot of the time it's like in a relationship, so many emotions, so many extremes that people go to because you knew so much about each other. Y'all could just be very grounded in like, I know exactly who you are, you know what I mean? And there's a comfort and a level of security that I have in that.
Yeah, like sometimes when I would be upset and I wouldn't say, Zay would be like, I know you're mad. I know you're doing shit. Like, you get quiet. He knew that from being my friend, that was my long-term reaction.
Yeah, he didn't need to take long to learn that.
Like he didn't have to learn that. He just knew that, so he would know I'm upset.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm able to say things like, and I knew how certain things affect her. So if I'm in a mood, if I'm having, like, we have bad days. Sometimes we don't want to be bothered, and it has nothing to do with the woman that we're dealing with, kids and nothing. It's just like sometimes it was a fucked up day today. Like, so I know that if I'm having one of those days, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm in a mood right now. I need a moment. And she'll leave me alone. I'll go do whatever I gotta do.
Give you your space.
Give my space, and then I come back and then I'm like, hey, listen, this is what happened today, whatever. But
that's beautiful.
It's able to have and feel comfortable saying that, right? Because no matter,
not be offended,
right?
Really
or take it personal, or make it about myself.
A lot of relationships, I've known that to happen with people where it's just like, I might be having a bad day and now you taking it like it's something about you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. I just need a moment to me.
Even learning how not to try to fix things in the moment. That was an easy lesson to learn from Zay. I might not have known that in the past, and I see a lot of women do it. Even my women friends, they just want to fix. And I kept hearing him say, like, sometimes that's just not what y'all want as men. Like, we don't want you to fix it. We actually want to figure it out. And I learned, it was easy to learn that from him.
Right, like it's like it's cool. We want a solution to the problem, but let us come to you and say, "Hey, I don't have the solution. I need your help." Right? Don't like, "Oh, you should do this. You should do," like that's is like give me space to figure it out, and then if I need you, I will come to you because you made it available for me. You made yourself available for me to ask for help. Like if I need it. So now I'm willing to come to you. But if you I'm just gonna figure out I'm just gonna suffer in silence and not say nothing to you. So we don't want that to happen in our relationship, to suffer in silence and feel alone. So we have a way of communicating, and we have an open dialogue, right? Even if what she say to me makes me mad, or what I say to her makes her mad, we still spin the block on whatever it was and figure out a solution. And it doesn't linger. And then whatever we can't figure out, that's why we have a therapist to help us navigate through what I'm trying to say.
Y'all go to therapy together?
Yes. Couples therapy.
We go together, and then I go on my own.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. Because I came out of a really, really rough situation, like I said, about 2 years before we got together. So I needed
You needed that, Let me ask y'all this next question. What have you discovered about each other romantically that you didn't know about each other platonically as friends? You gonna let him take that one? Take it away, Zay.
The Joker smile. Got it.
I live in a gas chamber. Like, yo, it's a gas chamber. Should be letting them things go.
What you mean by that?
Farting. Yeah, she be letting them shits go.
Like, what you mean?
She be letting them shits go. And she know not, like, it's like, don't eat dairy. Don't fucking eat ice cream.
I'm so lactose.
That shit be going. It would just be going. She
So
hit you
that's
with,
something that definitely was happening before.
I didn't know. Like that shit was a
Isn't
surprise.
that funny though? Because it's like now that you're romantic, usually people try to hide that in the romantic aspect of it, but and feel more comfortable with it platonically. You know what I mean?
I did. I felt more comfortable.
She listen.
She's like, I love you so much. I just gotta let it go. You know what I mean?
It'd be like, don't lift the covers.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What?
word.
The cover's supposed to block it? No, it's not. It's gonna come up eventually.
Trapped in here.
That's my favorite thing to say.
Don't lift the covers. What? The fuck is that? And then it should just deck you.
I feel like
Just
love is
deck.
giving you a warning.
It's hilarious.
But for him, I learned honestly that, like, I knew before, like I said, I would try to put Zay off to people and like pitch him. I was always pitching him. And I'm like, and because Zay had this public image, like this F-boy, retired, side nigga babe. Like he had this image that people thought was just trash. Like they just, and I'm like, nah, y'all don't know him.
He's more than that.
It's deeper. Like he's really like a lovey-dovey type guy. I would tell girls that. But when I got with him, I saw how deep that was. I'm like, he really likes to be like coddled and cradled and loved, and it's affection.
Yeah, it's affection.
He likes to be loved on, like, and when you see
affection.
him and you see this big, guy, tall and light skinned and rah all the time, you don't even think that he wants you to like put him in your arms and rub him.
Definitely make me the little spoon a couple times.
He likes to be the
a couple times.
A couple times, not all the time, but I don't mind. Come hold a nigga, rub his back and all that. It's cool. I like that a little bit.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
all right.
I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't, right? Niggas say they don't, they lying.
Capping, definitely.
They lying. They definitely
You know what I mean? The love is appreciated. You know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was to that depth. Like I knew he was the romantic guy to open the door. You can't get in the car, opening your like don't touch your door or knob, anything. His daughters knows that too. Like we knew that about Zay.
My daughters know. They will. If I don't open the door, they be like, "What are you doing?" Like they exactly certain things, and I don't know who they going to date when they get older, but I definitely feel I feel sorry for them. I just hope they don't come to me like, "Yo, bro, your daughter." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't. She's your problem now." like it's cool, but the joke aside, what I learned about Danny is that the real history of what she's been through. Like I knew the surface level shit, right, and then for stuff that she's been through to become who she is now and where she the start to where it's at now, it was a journey was immaculate. And there was a lot of shit that went on that I'm like,
we didn't even know about.
Wow. No, I had no idea.
Had
no idea. Like, and it was like now I see things a little differently where it allows a little more grace.
Yes.
For certain things, because it's like, what the fuck? How would I deal with that?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, okay, it's a little more grace. And I was a person that didn't believe in giving people grace. I felt like I'm not God. Fuck, that's for him.
Oh,
like God gives grace.
You always say grace is for God.
Oh,
I felt like that I still feel like it for like 97% of the time.
Yeah.
Like 3%, I got 3%.
Oh,
like because it's like because I feel like after a certain age, you just choosing to do what you're doing. I don't have to give you grace.
I get that.
So I would now it's like I understand why grace is important, especially in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I that is something that I've learned. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why do you think women keep the guy they have the most in common with in the friend zone?
Because they stupid.
Oh shit.
They dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shit.
Because look,
that's it.
That can't just be.
That's just what else is it?
Because they stupid. That's it.
They're stupid. Like women. Like,
oh shit.
How can I put this right? I said something
how
live.
can you put it?
What if we just don't want to mess up the friendship?
But y'all.
I don't even know if it's that.
So that don't make sense to me. I don't want to mess up the friendship, but then you want to tell me all about the dumb shit you did with the nigga that like you don't want to mess up the friendship, but I'm telling you dumb, and then you're like, no, I'm not dumb, and then I go back to y'all want to do that. Y'all keep good guys. Again, women like specifics, right? Men have to sit a certain way, right? I know we
Standards?
it's not even standards.
Sounds like
It's
standards.
standards are interchangeable, right? Women like to be the victim consistently, right? Because if you are the victim, you don't have to take you don't have to take accountability for your actions. So a guy that will fit the bill, that knows you and will hold you accountable, you don't want to be in a relationship with that guy because he knows you. Your friend knows you.
He know you way too well.
Way too well. So you can't pull a fast one over. You can't pull that.
He know everything.
You can't pull that get quiet shit with me. I know something wrong. I'm not gonna allow it, right? Because I'm gonna pull you. You gotta come up out of that. When a woman gets with a guy that's a friend that knows her, she can't do certain things. Right, certain things are not going to be acceptable or it's not going to be let fly. So they avoid that because if I keep picking the wrong guy, I can be the victim. I can say it's him. It's him. I did bad. I picked the wrong guy. I ignored the red flags. Blah blah blah. Now you're still a victim. Everybody feels sorry for you. But if you pick the guy that fits the bill, that's everything you're looking for, that knows what you need, and is going to provide certain things for you, and you fuck that up, you are the problem. Right.
That's an interesting way. That's an interesting way.
You are the problem. Now, if you are the problem, you can't play victim.
But isn't that unconscious?
What? No, nothing's unconscious. People know what they're doing.
That can't be a conscious
He said nothing's
decision.
unconscious.
People know what they're doing. People know what they're doing.
I think so. I think the ladies know what they're doing.
I do too, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like they know, and then this is the problem. I just posted it was a skit where the girl took the best friend to the party, and the girl was like, "Oh, this is my friend," whatever, and the girls was on him, and the best friend was getting tight. That because the girls are on their supposedly best friend. Like, oh, you doing too much. She's trying to get involved because you know this guy's a good catch. You know this guy's a good dude, but you don't want to push that button because of whatever you tell yourself. Right? We can give you space to say what y'all want to believe. I think it's dumb. I'm not gonna give y'all no grace on that. I feel like every friend in the friend zone doesn't deserve to be a boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's true.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. But there's a guy there that fits the bill, and you will be sick if that guy gets in a relationship. Our situation was a little different because it wasn't like I was running around. She was praying to me as her best friend. And let's use this mind. We knew each other since college. I'm still friends with all of the people from college that she was cool with in college. So we were just friends.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that type of situation. So it's a little different. But those guys that have expressed interest in girls before, and then you just put them in a friend zone, right?
I personally think that obviously I'm not a woman's, you know what I mean, but from just observing, I think that women see the guy in the friend zone often and they don't see him as being like exciting enough or sexy enough. Like I think the familiarity from him takes away from like the excitement of the unknown. You know what I mean? It was like you don't really see the sex appeal in him, you know what I mean? Versus like the other guys like, oh, like I don't know, keep me on my toes. It's like
see with
variables.
they being my friend and us both having dated so many of each other's friends.
Yes.
I didn't even see it as an option.
Right.
To start.
Right.
And then secondly, for the guy friends I have that I didn't like date their friends or whatever, and maybe they expressed a little bit of interest. Yeah. You're right. It felt to me like, oh, that's just so and so. Like, oh, he's boring.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of like
predictable, safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like because you know women like excitement, like thrill seeking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted something fresh.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. That's cool.
So that's
cool.
That's stupid.
He said, stupid.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. Everybody knows what they're doing.
Everybody knows what they're doing. You want to see somebody that's exciting? Go watch a Knicks game. Like
go watch a Knicks game.
Like you want to go watch a boxing match. Like looking for because this person's not exciting enough.
You don't get the logic. You don't get it though. Like you can't see it from that perspective.
No.
Absolutely. I get it.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't think it's because I honestly think like the decision that you made is the decision that I think a lot of women should make. Is like you have a man in your life who has a proven track record of his character, morality, integrity, values, morals. He's shown you.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity for you to pick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus like I think women usually they just pick the unknown. It's like, I don't know, like safety doesn't feel like sex appeal a lot of the time.
Right. So and then they use that line like, oh, I want to feel safe. Really? You really?
Yeah.
What do you?
Because if you really did,
What do you want?
Safe
What do you want to?
person.
What do you want to feel safe with? Right. That's the question. Like safety comes in different ways. You want to feel safe when you walking down the street with him, or do you want to feel
Yeah.
safe emotionally?
Mhm.
Do you want to feel safe financially?
yeah, what kind of
What kind of
safety are you
safety are
prioritizing?
you prioritizing? Because
Uh-huh.
if you want to feel safe because your man put a gun on the dresser when he come in your house,
Mhm.
cool.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah,
what?
Because some shit might come with that.
Right. Some shit
Right.
come with that, right? Like, so what's kind of safety? You have kids with them. Do you like what kind of safety are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Like most women don't they think safety is just one thing, except they don't prioritize the safety of their emotions,
Mhm.
financials, I don't know, integrity or credit.
Yeah.
Like they don't worry about that stuff. They just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what it is right now.
Yeah.
I do kind of see what Zay is saying, though, for us to, that was a little bit of my fear and thought in dating him.
Which is what?
Like, dang, he knows me. I
Mhm.
can't do this. I
Why
can't say
can't you?
this. I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because
like,
you can't just get away with anything.
right,
He gonna
exactly.
keep you in
and
line.
I think that is a part of some women's issue with
feel like that
the
kinda-
guy in the friend zone. Is like, oh, so-and-so knows me. I can't throw this tantrum because he know that this is fake and manipulative.
Do you feel like that's something that women kind of look forward to, having that space to be a little, I don't want to say manipulative, but for lack of a better word,
Mhm.
emotionally manipulative?
To be the representative. Yeah.
Why? Why is that important for women to have that freedom to be emotionally manipulative?
It's I don't know if it's important. I don't think it's important.
But like, just because we were just saying a moment ago, like maybe part of the reason why you weren't necessarily like,
I think it's a reason so that we can get our way. Like we want to get our way. We
right?
do.
Why
At the
is
end
that
of the day,
important?
to get our way?
Yeah.
Because like historically, like we want to be princesses. Like we
Mhm.
just want to be like we want to have our way.
Yeah.
Hey, but see that that shit piss me off when people say like things like that because historically, right?
Mhm.
Historically, if you go around the world, it was a princess and then it had mad subjects. A lot of women want princess treatments, but they deserve to be treated like subjects, right? Because their morality is shot, their integrity is gone, they don't have no virtue, no values, right? So you deserve to be treated like a subject, but you want princess treatment, but you don't bring no princess characteristics to the table.
Subject is so intense. I feel you though.
Like I don't care if they get mad at me.
Okay.
Concubine?
Okay.
That's the
The concubines get treated well. Most of them.
Better than the subjects.
The king's concubines were treated well. They had houses. They was taking real care. And they played their positions, right?
Mhm.
Concubines played their positions. They was bed warmers. They knew what they was there for. They did it well. The king came to see them whenever they seen them. And they went about their business. They had lived a jolly life. They lived just as good as the queen, but just ain't have to be in the limelight.
Yeah. Donnie, do you have any other insight you can provide as to why women might be overlooking the guy in the friend zone? You having conversations with your girls, y'all in the girls' bathroom, you talking about it. Like, from your experience, from your wisdom, from what your friends say?
It's also the things that we know about them.
Okay.
Too. To be honest, like I'll give Zay for an example. I knew he was like, he had a whole past.
Mhm.
Like a lot of us do.
Mhm.
Like
for sure.
so it's like a part of me thought like when we first started getting together and messing around, I'm like, can he really drop that life? Like, can he separate from that life? Like, is it possible?
That was a
him?
genuine concern.
Yeah,
or thought,
like,
at
is
least.
it possible for him to? Not that he's a bad guy, but like, how easy is it to step away from a life like this of
Yes.
freedom? So, like, sometimes women might, and it's not just a concern of a guy having a whole past, but like just knowing them, like, knowing that he wants a certain type of woman, or knowing that
based
like
on what the type of women you know him to like.
yeah, it's like so
I
some
see.
women are kind of like, I know him, I know what he wants,
I see.
I know his behavior, I know his past, and some of those things are holding them back too. I know how he reacts to this.
Yeah.
I know that he not about to take this and he'll step away. Remember I
Yeah.
said like some men know their worth. Some women know that like he's not
Yeah.
putting up with this and he's gonna step away. So kind of like it
Right.
holds them from looking at the guy. And again, we want something new.
Yeah.
We just want something
That
fresh.
literally perfectly leads into my next question, which is like, how do you guys go about getting rid of your roster as y'all were getting serious? How do you get rid of your roster?
For me, it was easy.
Was it easy? How easy? Tell me. What you do?
Easy because I always, when I'm dating, I
Mhm.
date correctly. Let's be clear.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like I set the tone,
By
being honest, First of all,
by saying
I'm not in a relationship.
not looking for a relationship.
That's not what I'm looking for right
Mhm.
now. If it turns into something, hey.
You know, that never seems to work when we're telling that to the women. I don't know.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't.
never seems
But
to work.
it doesn't. But there are other people that I hang out with.
Mhm.
I set very clear boundaries. Like
Mhm.
you can't come over my house if my kids are there. Like
Mhm.
we're not doing that because then you feel like it's a little something more because I let you
Mhm.
come while my kids are there.
Mhm.
I didn't do the spending the night thing. Like sometimes I would get up at 3 a.m. and I was ready.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm out.
I wasn't even thinking about safety. I'm not gonna hold you. Like it was a boundary that I
Yeah.
wanted to set,
Yeah.
and I wanted to leave. The times that I would stay, I felt like I was doing too much. So like this is how I dated. Like I made it very clear. It would be times that guys is like, I didn't even know you liked me because of the way I was dating. So for me to drop my roster, like once they stopped hearing from me, they got the point. Like they got the point. Like what?
So you
Stop
hit
with you.
him
Where
with
you
the
been?
good old ghost.
Right. Like it was
Yeah.
just I wasn't hitting them up as much. I wasn't taking the invites to come out as much, or somebody was throwing me trips. Like it was a no. Like
no, yeah.
it was so they got the point. So it was easy to kind of like
Okay,
fade
so
out
you had a
my
smooth transition
roster.
out.
I did.
What about you?
I mean, I didn't have a roster.
Is he
Like,
capping right now? What's
I'm-
with the cap,
I'm
bro?
telling
I don't know if it's cap or delusion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. A roster means that you made a team, right? And that you on a team, right? Being on a roster. I didn't have a team. Nobody was on my team.
So what did you have? What do you call
was-
them then? Were
I
they
was-
subjects?
I was just chilling.
No, bro. What does that mean, bro?
It was meaning whatever we was doing was what we was doing. Like that was it.
No, by default, bro. If I got 4 shorties in my rotation, that's my roster.
But again, it wasn't it was weird.
He
It
was
wasn't.
hanging out with these people.
I was
Okay.
hanging out with.
He was having date wars.
The semantics is crazy.
So hold
yes,
on.
he was having date
I
wars.
was hanging out with friends, female friends,
Uh-huh.
right?
That he's
And then
friends
I was having sex with other female, and it was just what it was. It wasn't nobody was even close to being in a girlfriend or
They
thing.
had
Right.
that thing on one of your episodes where my comment got like all these hundreds of likes, where I said men need to learn how to start making it clear what it is because it causes a lot of like confusion.
Was it a comment on one of my reels?
It
Mhm.
was on one of your recent episodes.
Mhm.
And I basically said it, and so many women and people liked it about like you have to provide clarity.
But
See,
you know
again-
what? Yeah, I got something to say to that too. Go, you first. You first.
Because you could provide all the clarity
Come on,
that
brother.
you want.
Please represent, brother. Please,
and
bro.
I showed you.
Please, bro.
I showed you a text message thread
Please,
of
bro.
clarity yesterday.
Please, bro.
I was clear
He was
as
he was
day.
he was
Yes.
very-
Clear as day
Uh-huh.
in the thread. And it was like,
And yet, yeah.
she heard what the fuck she wanted.
Bro, I'm literally like, so my experience in like dating casually and stuff like that, I'm never able to tell them the truth and it just stick. It's like I could tell them like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm trying to do that to one, respect the feelings, protect the feelings, you know what I mean? So that way you prepare yourself for what this need to be.
Mhm.
They hear that shit and they be like, yeah, you're my husband every single time. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I don't think I've ever had a successful relationship where I just dated casually and it'd be cool. I can't just dip away.
No.
You know what I mean?
For women, and a lot of women won't admit this. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
Give us the game, please.
We are
Are
listening to
delusional.
none. We are delusional. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We are listening to none of what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what are
None.
you listening to then?
actually, you saying that just opened the door
Oh my
to
God.
challenge on.
Oh
Like
my
that,
God.
perfect. Because you're actually verbalizing it,
Yeah.
which means you care. You care because
that
you
what that
verbalize-
means?
Yes, it does.
Yo,
What is this?
Yo, we actively
Welcome
are
to the world of
participating in a game that we have no idea we're playing.
This is
Like,
sickness.
no,
I told him
No,
the
no, I'll be
messages
listen-
he showed me, I said, where you went wrong was responding. The more you responded, the more you showed her that you care.
Like,
So you should ghost. Are you saying men should ghost women? Is that the best way?
When you say what you say, stand on it. That's what I'm saying. Stand on it. You say you don't want a relationship, stand on it. Let your actions prove that. Let your words prove
so
that.
I'm.
Your energy.
You
prove
see how she say she get up and she won't. She like 3 o'clock in the morning. She'll leave. I'm not leaving at 3 in the morning. It's parking. I'm like if I got a parking spot, I'm not leaving.
He'll eat breakfast.
I'm eating
He'll watch Netflix.
I'm
oh,
chilling.
You babe.
And
mean,
then because we here.
babe.
We here. What
We
I'm gonna
here.
do?
I'm your guest. You enjoy me being here. I'm cool with being
You
here.
babe.
Like if you come to my house, right?
This is so interesting.
Now, mind you, you come. before we lived together, even now,
Yeah.
you come to his house, who's there? His mother, his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he want me to meet his mother.
Oh my God.
She in the same
That's what he
house.
want, right?
Yeah, she in the same house.
She see me and
like,
shit.
Like,
I'm
listen,
special.
You introducing him?
No, if
No.
you meet him in passing, I'm like, hey, maybe like, I want you to come meet my mother. No, my mom, I see you in passing, like, ma, and then we go about our business, right? It's cool.
I met
but,
his mother.
right,
That's what she
And you
thinking.
like, he want me to meet his mom.
Mhm.
But they're not meeting the kids. See, that's the problem. Like,
That's the problem.
The kids is my mom, brother, like they
That's one
have to
thing.
live it, right? But you not girls not we not my kids are not here at a certain time. So my schedule at the time my kids would go home on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my time to play.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. I don't have a big TV in my room and a bed for no reason. I don't want to keep going to somebody else's house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if I got pull up.
Yeah, pull up to the
Like
crib.
now if I'm going to eat tonight, right? I'm going to eat today, right? I'm going to feed you if you're in my presence because I'm just a gentleman. Right? Doesn't mean I want to marry you
That's so
because I gave you a meal.
It's so romantic.
Because I gave you a meal doesn't mean I want to marry you.
Yeah.
Right? If I come to your house, right, and I have to drive to your house in New York City, and I find a parking spot by your house, that means when I leave here, I'm not going to find a parking spot near my house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying.
Dang.
That's too much thinking.
Honestly, so he's cooking, first and foremost.
Right,
He's
thank
cooking
you.
because like my thing is if you come to my house, I'm going to be hospitable to you. Whatever you need, I'm going to offer it. I want to make sure you're comfortable. I am prioritizing your comfort, one, because you're a woman and I'm not a piece of shit. And I want you to know I'm not a piece of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want you to know I'm a quality guy. Not because I'm trying to prove to you that I'm husband material, just to let you know, like, you're a human being. Like, I want to extend genuine courtesy to you.
Right.
But somehow, it seems like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, it seems like you can't be nice to. It's like, yo, fuck me, send me home.
No.
Is that what it needs to be?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't be nice to
I
you.
can't do
I can't
that.
offer you no water.
Right. Like
For the average woman mind, whether consciously or unconsciously, you do all of that.
Oh, we
you
can't
have
rank
now
this shit.
upped your level in the bae category.
So black or white is what you're saying.
That's it.
Are you saying it's black or white?
It's
That's
black
your
or
advice
white.
to all the young men and all the young women? It's like, keep it black and white. You want to keep shit clean? Black and white that shit.
It sadly has to be, unless you get that type of woman that knows how to respect those boundaries. Like,
Right.
this is what he said.
Which is a very small percent of women, might I add.
Super small.
Super small.
Super
People don't,
small.
Yo, rap songs and all media, they want to make it seem like people just know. People want to be kept in a part of a tribe.
And priority.
And priority.
A lot of
Come on,
women want to
queen.
be
They
priority.
want to be priority.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I told Zay, I said it's levels to it. It's a hierarchy of dating. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
hierarchy.
trying to be at the top of that motherfucker.
Yes, and that's what you cook. You put her clothes down on the
Yeah.
chair. You give her your t-shirt to wear to lay down.
It's like, oh,
and-
this nigga want me.
yes, yes.
Because he's not treating me like I'm a piece of meat.
I must be the
he's not treating me
one.
transactionally.
Exactly. Oh,
Oh
don't
my
invite her
God.
over again next weekend. That's too soon. Like, that is too soon. Like, the
Really?
following week. Are you serious?
This is good game. This is good game.
I listen, even if you do what that, it doesn't work. From my experience
It still don't work, bro?
and what she's told me and what I've learned over the past, like say 3 years,
Uh-huh.
it don't matter.
It don't matter,
And
bro.
whatever story they gonna tell in their head, they gonna tell in their head, and you just participating in the game until you're not.
Do you think it matters on the type of guy that you are?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because if you're like maybe you're a guy who is like, you know, I got an itch to scratch, and you can be the guy. Versus you be like, oh, this guy's attractive, he's got morals, he's got these things. And then a girl could be like, I heard what he said, but it's like, no. You're quality, and it's a lot of trash out here. As they say, is piss in the dating pool. It's battery acid in that shit.
Zay is a good father. He takes care of his family. He's
Mhm.
responsible.
Masculine man,
Masculine
integrity, all the
man,
good things, right?
respectful. So it's like, no,
Yeah.
like there's some good there. I can change it.
Yeah.
I can change his mind.
And when you feel all of that from being in his presence, is that starkly different from everything that's outside?
Yeah. No, it is.
It's like
It-
really
it
different.
very much is. Yeah.
Wow.
These dudes, it's a lot of dudes that are smelling themselves and they want you to bow down to the foot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's how they carry on. That's how you know, like, this is not a person I can move forward
Yeah.
with. Because there's no room for me and you to be
Like
the
maybe
princess.
we can hang out, but it won't be it won't be that.
It won't be that.
But when you see him, it's like, oh, I see I see the future proof inside of him.
Yeah, that's what I told Zay. He was like all shocked when, you know, we got together and it was harder for him to drop his roster because, you know, people were in Delulu land. And he had he had to approach his drop a certain way with certain conversations.
Because I still need the answer on that. Please continue.
Right. For him, he was so shocked, and I'm like, Zay, you can't be serious. Like, you were being a gentleman, and you were,
you know, making, go away? They starving.
For good. Like,
they starving.
And you understand what is out here? That stuff is not happening out here. So you just being a gentleman, put them in a space of like, come on, like you made me feel, you let me open up to you.
Yeah.
You made me feel for you.
Like,
how did you do it, bro?
How did I do what?
How did you drop
them?
They
dropped whoever was consider whatever they consider. I don't consider myself having a roster.
Okay, fine.
But whoever was on,
he woke up one day and was like, "I'm in a relationship." And
do you just what would you recommend? Okay, because he don't got a roster. All right.
No, I'm gonna tell you, they dropped me.
They dropped you.
They saw a post.
No, yeah. Basically, it went dry. Like they went 0 dark 30.
How would you recommend that a man goes about getting rid of his roster? He met a girl, he like her, he like, oh, this is the one I can't play. I need to be for real, and I need to eliminate these other women. They are a risk factor. How would you educate him on doing that?
Like, have a conversation. Like, actually say to them. Like,
you mean the same conversation with?
You just said don't work.
No. No, I get it.
Go for it.
But I get it. I know you do have to have the conversation, though, regardless if it. See, in the midst of you dating the person and trying to tell them like, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that, but you still showing up and you still entertaining them.
You're still showing
that's
up,
where it gets cloudy. Now you're telling them I met someone. I told him, and it happened. Some people are still going to test it. Whether you say it or not, whether you post it or not, they're like, let me see if you're serious. How serious are you? And they're still going to test it. But once your actions match what you have stood on and told them,
I see.
They fall back.
That's good advice. It's like, it doesn't matter how much she believes it or not.
Yeah.
Say what you say, walk on it from that day.
And stand on it. Yeah. Like, if you be like,
sense.
oh, I'm in a relationship with Danny.
Yeah.
But y'all still kiki.
Yeah.
She thinks she got a chance.
I mean, that's
I told Zay that. I
told
her that. I said she thinks she's testing the water to see.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get a ride to the airport. Let me see if I could, will him.
Come roll my weed.
Yeah, right. They're gonna hit him with the weed, bro.
I was in my previous relationship, I was chilling on the bed with her, right? We was chilling, and I got a text. This girl who was my friend. She knew she was my friend. We never been intimate with this girl. And she texted me and she was like, hey, I'm about to go buy some vases or something like that. Like, I was wondering if you can come with me because I don't know the guy's Craigslist or whatever. My shorty was like, no, nigga. No, there is no vases. There's no vases,
it's
nigga.
Big.
You know what I mean? She just want to get you in her presence type shit. So I don't think men understand the level of strategy in positioning.
I told him.
Yo, she try to explain this shit to me, right? And this is how I see, right? Now, you as a friend, right? And again, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, like you
the whole shebang.
It's like I get it, like it's kind of dangerous, right?
Right. It made sense, right?
It made sense to me.
It was a good move.
It's a great move, right? But again, this is my mind. I am a grown man, and my friend Danny cannot rape me. She cannot get me to fuck her if I don't want to fuck her. So if that's what you think is going to happen, that means you believe that I will cheat on you. That's it. That your mindset is that I'm going to fuck this girl because I'm going to see her. That's it. That's your only mindset.
I don't know. Okay, maybe that's true.
Right.
Maybe
like
that's
it's
when it's all said and done. Maybe
right. You think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And like,
well, I think
that means I want to do it anyway.
Well, I think that women understand. I mean, you really. I'm just gonna say another way of saying what you said. Yeah,
women
I think
understand women. Like, we know their motives. That's exactly. And like I told him, I said a lot of times for us, it's not that we don't trust you.
Yeah,
we know which.
It's I don't want you in the line of fire. Even you know what I mean. It's like I don't think you're gonna cheat, but I don't want you to even be in a position where a woman is like rubbing her ass against you like my bad. You know what I mean? Because as a man, that I know that like okay, well, you still a man. Don't mean you want to fuck her, but it's like.
And it's very
primal things.
The things that women do to prove a point. Y'all, it would be beyond y'all. Like a simple, hey Zay, I need help with this car situation.
You poor man.
Right.
You poor man.
And then
she done got the drop on you, King.
Then she get in her feelings. It's like, well, that's why your man helped me with my car anyway. You know, like this kind of this is stuff that women do. Yeah.
Listen, let me.
So this is what I'm saying. Like when I always make a statement. Always say it. Like all women are crazy. I say it all the time. I genuinely believe this. Like wholeheartedly. Like my kids too. I have daughters. I believe they are crazy.
Yeah, you
Like,
even see it in them.
I see it. I see it. Bugged out.
Bugged out.
It's just, and
We
then
do some crazy things.
and then
Yeah, we all do.
now when they
We all
get
do.
when like adding the whole menstrual cycle that there are 4 different people throughout the
Yeah.
month. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot going on over there. They
Yeah.
bugged out. They bugged out. Women are crazy.
Let me ask you this next question. How do you know when it's a good reason to date your friend's ex? Because we haven't really touched on that much, but obviously in you guys, tenure of knowing each other and being friends, y'all have dated each other's friends before. You know what I mean? We start the conversation off like that. So how do you know when it's a good reason to date your friend's ex? Obviously, y'all have made that move, so you have the most wisdom to offer on it.
Like in my situation, like I said, originally dating his friend
Mm-hmm.
from the start, I knew like it's been over 20. Like
Was that the only time you had dated a friend of his?
So it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that actual friend, yes, but then it was people that he hung with, like in college, that I had dated. Yeah, acquaintances, and then like somebody he was cool with who had kept asking him about me. I ended up getting with, and that's actually my youngest son's father. So again, this is not like one of his. I had just met him. Zay met him recently, and this was not somebody that I had known of being in Zay's like all the time that I've known him. So I knew it was like a new acquaintance. It wasn't like a bestie, bro. The people I know have been there.
It wasn't his day one dude.
No, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't his day one.
When your friend.
Yeah. How do you know when it's a good reason to date your friend's ex?
I mean, time.
Yeah, exactly.
Time has passed, and if it's like me, it's I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I don't care if you still have feelings for a person, then it will bother you. After that, it should be out of sight, out of mind. If you moved on, it should be over. As far as the last, her ex, whatever, wasn't my friend. He might claim this and say it so he could be the victim and people can be on his side, but he wasn't. He said it out his own mouth. Several times to several people.
To
right?
me, every chance he got, he said it to me because I would always be like, oh, like talk to Zay, knowing who Zay is. I'm like, just to get insight, like talk to Zay about this or about that or like whatever. He's like, that's not my friend. Like that's just somebody I know from the block. Like he would constantly say that. And I'm like, what? I was so confused.
And it's cool. And it's cool. Like I'm not. There's no beef or nothing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, me and Danny were friends for years. Like I have a history with her prior to even knowing this guy. Now, my man, if he would have said something, like I had a conversation with him, he was like, nah, Zay, I don't think you should do it. I would have dubbed. Yeah. Because that's my brother, right? Like that's my brother. He's like, though, he was like, that's what you want to do? All right, cool.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't care.
Had no
but
issue.
he was saying it before we was even dating. He was commenting on pictures like, oh, look at the happy couple.
Yeah, suggesting little things.
Like, so again,
that's when you knew it was okay.
Yeah,
you can see that your friend has moved on and he's married, he got his own life. It's okay.
But that's what we would like to think, though. You know what I mean? We would like to think that when you you taking new trips, you got a whole family, you got a whole crib with that person. But every time this conversation has been had, people was like, I don't care. Yeah. So like, how much time do you think is like enough time until it's like you shouldn't even be? Because what if your man never get over it?
So I'm gonna tell you like this: we are at a point. I'm 40, about to be 41. I don't care
grown
what other people think. Like I really don't. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I feel is best for me, right? And if I feel like this is, I have the conversation. Cool. If you don't like it, cool. It's not gonna stop me from what I want to do, right? It's cool. Now you have a decision to make. Like, are you gonna be cool with me again or not? If it's cool, you don't have to be, right? But I don't see that happening with real friends. Yeah. Like your man, like that, like you could go to like his mother call you son. Like that's I don't see like
not real friends.
It's not real friends. Are not going like it's gonna be like all right.
Okay.
Say like my friends that have dealt. None of my friends were in relationships with Zay, but that have dealt with him. Like I was in a wedding. It was about 5 people in the wedding that had dealt with Zay. You should see us in the dressing room. They're ecstatic for me. They're like, y'all should have been did this. These are people who have been with him sexually. They were so supportive, and some of them closer to me than not, and they. every last one was supportive. Nobody hated. Nobody
Wow.
said anything negative.
Because they truly moved on.
Right. They were not against it.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, like we said, my ex that I was with, he was
Mhm.
fully supportive of it. It was the people that we had never been with that had something to
Yeah,
say. I was just
yeah.
like, we never even been in a, why are you so passionate and we've never been in a relationship?
We're not even family for real.
At all. Like,
Mhm.
you know, people that he was cool with, and they like, oh, don't do that. That ain't right. And it's like, but they also wanted a chance. These were people that was trying to hit him about me, but now you telling him not to do it when, you know, like, or you had a thought about it, or you looked, or you followed me all the time. You paid attention, but you telling him not to do it because he
Yeah.
beat you to the punch.
So you think that, because if I'm understanding the scenario correctly, like you were never like super close friends with the guy who's the that you had a child with. You was never super close friends with him. In a moment like that, it's like, you know what, that's cool. But if it's like A1 day one, like we
Right.
playing ball together and shit like that, then it's just like, you've been in my mother's crib. Then you like, you would never make that move.
I would have had a different conversation.
Different conversation.
With
You would've
him,
treated
like-
it differently.
It would have been like, yo, what's up? Yeah, and I wanted to have a conversation
Still.
with
Yeah.
Right,
but
right.
I wasn't
It's
allotted.
respect.
I wasn't allotted that
Yeah.
because information was passed along, even though
it-
we wasn't even
It got in the way of the tainted
right.
things.
So and it was like, all right, whatever it is now,
Mhm.
it is what it is. Like,
Yeah. And
I don't have like let's clear. I don't have no issues
With
at all.
nobody, yeah.
Like, but if somebody want an issue, it can be an issue.
Yeah.
I just want
It's
to put that
so-
out there.
It's
Mhm.
so crazy at this big age that people care that much, especially if you've moved on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just different. I'm just cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I put it on my Facebook one day. I said my mother could date my ex-boyfriend. Just take care of my child. Like, I do not care. I don't care. There's no one. I'm in a relationship that I love,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm happy about. Why in the world do I care if my best friend got with my first daughter's father? Go be happy. Are y'all lying?
I
Go
feel
be
the same way.
happy.
I personally think that if somebody is feeling that strongly about that old connection, then
Mhm.
you have to admit that you're not really
Yep, you're not
over it.
them. You're not.
And then it's very possessive. You know, I feel like, I know everything is not black and white when it comes to love and relationships. Shit can get a little messy, but I feel like by the time you having consistent sex and investing your energy and resources with another person,
Mhm.
whatever else the fuck this other person else got going on, especially if it's been a lot of significant time. If it's
Yeah.
close to the y'all separating, I get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if it's plenty of time, you're being childish.
Very.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's unfair to the person you moved on with.
Yeah.
Like, you-
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's so
Like, you can't move on and still connect to somebody else. It's just not
Yeah.
possible. Like, people think they can do it. You think you can, but you can't.
You giving a past situation so much energy.
Like, I was
Crazy.
when I was still like hung up on my daughter's mom. It was
Mhm.
like I was dating and the shit was going nowhere with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was meeting wild different fire joints and
You
the shit
couldn't
was
really
just
be there.
wasn't going nowhere because I still had that thing, that emotional
Yeah,
attachment.
Yes.
And then once I finally that attachment dissolved for me and it was over, it's like the floodgates open. Like,
Mhm.
emotionally, I was available. I was able to entertain and give energy that I couldn't before. Right. So it was like, you can't hold on to that. If you still holding on to that, the person you with not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, you're doing a great disservice to them.
You're not, like, it's just a waste of time.
How would you advise a young man who might be still kind of holding on to a previous relationship, regardless of how it ended, still kind of holding on to it, but out here trying to do something new? How would you advise him on moving past that, getting closure and moving on?
I don't believe in closure. I don't
Okay.
think that like closure is just, I don't like you. Sometimes you're not gonna get it right. So
Mhm.
searching for closure or reasons why or
I see.
what I could have did different. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes
I
shit
see.
just over.
Mhm.
Sometimes walking down the street you trip for no reason, right?
Mhm.
You don't stop walking, right? You got to keep going, right? You just got to move on. So in that sense, it's like, find out why you're so emotionally invested or attached to that person consistently, right? Talk to somebody that can help you understand these emotions. Why have you
Like a
been-
therapist.
like a therapist, or it don't have to be a therapist, a priest, somebody.
Mhm.
Talk to somebody, a
Mentor.
mentor, to find out, like, why am I still emotionally feeling this way? Why am I still connected to this person that obviously moved on, right?
Mhm.
And when you get that answer, usually it's really you just don't want to let go because you just don't want to let go. You're not really holding on to something. Like, my ex, my daughter's mom, though I thought I was all in love, everything, and it didn't work, right? And I was holding on. Why it didn't work? I wanted her back, everything. And like, why?
Why?
Right?
Yeah.
And then when I went down the list, like we wasn't aligned. We don't value the same thing. We don't view the same thing. It was just that I had caught feelings and I didn't want that to be a waste. Right? And then we had a child. So I didn't want to be a baby father. I never wanted to be. So I was holding on to what could have been.
A concept,
right?
really.
A concept
but not
of
the reality
right.
of it.
right. And the reality was that we was just not good together. Like we wasn't. We hated. We was terrible together. Right? She hated me. I hated her. We argued. It was terrible.
You didn't like her, but you loved her.
Right. No. Like, and it was like, why would I want to hold on to that? And when like
You're hurting yourself.
So then it was like, oh. And I was fine, but I had to be able to talk through that. I had to talk to therapists, whatever. And then once I got to realize why I was feeling this emotionally, this thing, and I was able to let it go, it was like, oh, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm no problems. Like, I'm all right. And then it was able to move on to be in another relationship. And that's when you tell you about the girl and the airport, like got out of there because it was just like, I knew we wasn't aligned. I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it again.
I'm not doing
this
it again.
once already.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not going down the hill. I'm not going down. I know what's going. I know what's down there. I'm good. I'm good.
Yo, my next question is, do you think it's fair if your friend is upset about you dating their ex when they're in a new relationship? We kind of covered it a little bit, but just let me know what you think about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair at all because like I said, it's not even fair to the person you're dating. Like you're giving your energy somewhere else. That's so
whether they know or not, it's just like they're
Yeah.
not even getting an opportunity to really get a fair chance with you.
Yeah, because you're somewhere else. And it's like, especially if it's a certain amount of time that passed, like Zay said, if the relationship was horrible, like my relationship was not good for the large part of it. And it's like he said, like we knew we didn't, like we got too far. We didn't belong together. It didn't align. You didn't like me. I didn't like you. We made that very clear every chance we
It's
could.
crazy how that works, man.
So you don't get to be mad. Like when I move on, like you don't get to, why I get feelings is territorial, it's egotistical.
Absolutely.
But we didn't belong together. So where's this anger? Like why is this anger
like
even
you need
valid?
to be moving on too.
Yeah, you need to move on too. And then to know, I told Zay, I said, I don't understand people when you know that something didn't work out between the two of you and you see a person happy and flourishing and healthy, and especially if this is your child's other parent, why not have the capacity to be happy for them? Even though
that's asking too much, but you're right. You're right. You fucking right.
Wouldn't you want to see this person happy, or do you want to see them miserable? Like miserable.
So then is it really love then if you don't want to see them? Because I think love is like getting to a place where it's like, you know what? You might not be with me, but like to see you really fine, because love is family.
Yeah.
That's security. That's protection there. And if you find that, it's like I can't be so selfish that I'm like, if it's not with me, then I don't want to see you have it, because then that's not love at all.
It's not.
That's not love at all.
It's selfishness.
Yeah.
I think that
Man.
a person has a right, can be angry, can feel away.
You can, for sure.
You can feel away, but staying there is wrong.
And trying to act on the anger.
Like staying there and just living in that consistently is like, why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to consistently be angry? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like consistently be upset and angry and not able to move on. Like you're just holding on to anger. Like let it go. Let's move on.
Yeah.
It's unfair to you too. Like
it is.
I feel like with my ex is, you moved on and you're wishing me bad and karma every chance you get. Like that's not fair to you. That's not fair to your current person. And it's just like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Why do you want to see me do bad?
Yeah.
Like I didn't do anything to you. We just didn't work out.
We didn't work out.
Like,
and that's a difference between me being malicious to you
right.
versus understanding like we're not compatible, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
My next question is, has your relationship had an effect on the way you both co-parent?
Absolutely.
We have two passionate people that, like we said, just refuse to be happy.
Passionate people was a great way to put it.
And what I hate in this type of generation of parenting, and I told Zay earlier in the car ride, I'm like, our elders, they they moved in the same circles and dated people, and like
Did what they
everybody
had to
just
do.
moved, and everybody raised each other together. Even if
Mhm.
you know this person moved on with the person you know, and y'all
Mhm.
you had a child, they're now helping to raise your child, and we were adults.
Mhm.
This generation uses children as pawns, and I don't like that.
Mm.
When they don't get their way, or when the relationship didn't work out and the person moves on, now I'm using your child against you
It's like
to hurt you.
leverage. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's, I've always been a person that tried to effectively co-parent. Like even when my ex and we broke up, I had to go through. I still was a parent,
Mhm.
so even if it was hard for me to go pick my daughter up, I still went and picked my daughter up.
Absolutely.
Right? Like if it was hard at first. It was definitely hard. It was tough,
Mhm.
but I did it.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't make it hard for her to co-parent with me.
Mhm.
I still did exactly what I said I was going to do for my kid.
Mhm.
Right? Now, co-parenting has now shout out to my oldest daughter's mom.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to we co-parent
Mhm.
effectively.
Beautiful.
Whatever the
Yeah,
effective.
yeah,
And
One of
I
those
even
very
have
well.
a relationship with her.
Right.
Beautiful.
And and I believe that that's how co-parenting should look.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
It should be whatever's in the best interest of the child.
Mhm.
Right? I don't want to beef with you, you mother of my child. I don't want to have arguments. I'm not going to. I don't argue anymore at all
Mhm.
with females.
Mhm.
I don't. I will not argue with female, and I will walk away from a girl that wants to argue with me.
Mhm.
And we had this conversation in the
Sounds
beginning,
like wisdom to me.
right? Because I learned that it's no wins for me,
Mm.
right? Because one
Even when you win, you lose.
right? If arguing with a man, if it gets to a certain point, we might throw hands,
Mhm.
right? And I understand that, right?
Mhm.
I'm not fighting a female.
Yeah.
So if we arguing and we going back and forth, I just like a bitch ass nigga yelling at you, right? I just
you can't win.
I can't win that,
Look
so I'm not gonna
bad.
argue. And once I changed how I moved, the relationship co-parent has became a lot better with both of them. At first, when I got into the relationship, it went downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference you feel in dating someone you're really friends with versus someone you're just sexually attracted to?
Mm.
We might have kind of covered that already in the beginning a little bit because y'all went into great detail. But like, if you have anything,
Transparency. Someone I'm just fucking. I don't really have to give a lot of information to. Right, I'm to find you sexually attractive, but that's where it ends.
Mhm.
I'm not vulnerable with you. I'm
Mhm.
not giving you a lot of information. It's just sex, right?
Mhm.
It's just an engagement of pleasure,
Mhm.
and we both are going to enjoy this,
Mhm.
right? So that's what it is, right? I don't have it's just being fully
Just
transparent.
transactional.
Yeah. It's not transactional. When you're dating a friend, when you're with someone that you actually like and is more than just sex, like it's not transactional.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting something from her. She's not expecting something from me.
Yeah.
We are both just giving to each
Yeah.
other.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we noticed.
Beautiful.
That's when
That's gonna be a ball.
Yeah, that was good. That was fire.
That
Oh,
was
you cooked
fire.
up. You cooked up.
Right
Yeah,
there. I
you
ain't
cooked
gonna
up.
hold. Let me take a drink. I cooked up just
That's
now.
funny. That's when we realized that we could be more. Because it was like sex was one thing. Remember I told you I thought it was gonna start out physical.
Yeah.
But it with the friendship combined with the sex and the vibe. It was vibes. Like we had fun together. We chilled together. We laughed together. We watched movies. We could go on trips. We could laugh at people. We could get frustrated and get over it. The friendship allowed for like so many layers of love, like different variations of love to just be a thing that I felt like it was just natural. It was it when I'm just sexually with someone, it's just that. Like it's nothing else for us to do. It's nothing else for us to do but be together physically.
Mhm.
When it's a sexual thing. It's like I don't feel nothing else. Like I don't feel no attachment. I don't feel no expectation. Like I don't owe you anything when it's just
Mhm.
sexual. It's just like you said, transactional. When a friendship is involved, it's like now you got to be mindful of like so many other things.
Yeah. You got to really bring your best.
Yeah, you
to
do.
make it work.
You do, and it's like you love this person now.
Mm-hmm.
You love them, yes, as a friend, and you love them now as a partner, and it puts you in a position of like accountability. That's how I
Yeah.
feel it.
That was beautiful. Y'all, yeah.
Cooking
Yeah,
today.
You
Yeah.
threw the assist, she went through with it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
My next question is, What do you think it is about dating a friend that feels riskier than dating someone you still have to get to know?
Messing up the friendship. That was my biggest fear. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it- God forbid this doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be weird.
Yeah.
Like I
Because you
want
still love them as a friend and
right,
you want them to
right,
be there.
right. Like I want to go back to the same Jose and Danny, and
Mm.
I don't want anything to change. That's the risk. Like it don't work out, and
Now we
then
can't
you're
go back to
exes.
I
You're not
can't.
friends anymore. You're exes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then y'all still so entrenched in each other's friend groups and shit. So you like in the same
Business.
spot.
We
You
do
try to make it
business
seem like you
together.
don't really see them, you don't know them.
Right.
Right. I mean that's probably the biggest thing is if it doesn't work, but the risk of it actually working is fearful.
Mhm.
It's like, holy shit, like this is actually working, right? That's really a fear of mine, like that it actually does work because nothing has worked prior, right? So it's like, if this does work, am I ready for it? Do I all the stuff that I thought I'm prepared for? Am I really prepared for it?
You really,
I mean, I did all the push-ups, I did all the training, but can I really get in this ring?
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't know, right? So that is risky. Like it's like, damn, this is my friend. So am I going to be able to deliver the what I said I can, right? I can't fall short, right? So that's the risk for me. It's like is the fear of it, of actually working. It's like,
That's
or
interesting.
the fear if I'm able to make it work. It's like, can I? Am I prepared? Have I done enough work?
The challenge.
The challenge. Am I up to it? Will I be the one to fuck it up?
Yeah.
Right? That's the fear. Like, damn, like.
Yeah, it's a constant, like, you don't want to disappoint this person because not only are they your partner, they're your friend. Like, you love them as a friend and you don't want to let them down.
Yeah, that's that respect is there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you know you're gonna do something really great. You know what I mean? By the time you kind of analyze it, and it's like there's a like kind of like an anxiety around it, but that's because it's the thing is so important.
Yeah.
I mean, like imagine being the president making a serious decision. His heart probably beating out his chest before you do it because it's like this choice is bigger than me. You know what I mean? And you really understand the weight of that.
Right. Absolutely.
That's
100%.
beautiful, y'all. My last question is, how have you guys managed to ignore and overcome the criticism and the negativity people have about the way you live?
He's better.
He's
at
better?
that than me. Zay is so much like, who cares? Who cares? That's his favorite. If he could have a shirt, a whole line of who cares, he would have a brand of who cares.
Because it's like this, right? This is how I feel. And my friends know this, my genuine friends. Like my man called me and she heard us have the conversation. And he was like, we had a conversation and he was telling me how he felt. And I'm telling him this is what I'm doing. And I'm like, yo, you know, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. This is what I'll do. He was like, "You're right." So this was remember we went to a completely different subject, right? Because they know I'm gonna do what Isaiah wants to do. No matter nobody in this world gonna tell me something else. Like if I believe I could take your information that you give me, and I okay, cool, I hear you, but it don't matter. I made my decision, right? And I felt like I made a good one. So if I felt like I made a good decision, there's nothing nobody can tell me, right? So fuck you if you don't care. If you don't want to be a part of this team, if you don't want to be on this team, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's with anybody, right? Either you my man or not. You don't want to be, it's cool. I don't need you around. I'm not going to lose no sleep about you. None of that shit. Like, I'm worried about taking care of my kids, take care of my lady, take care of my family.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be on my team, it is okay.
Yeah, may peace be upon you, bro.
Peace be upon you. Fuck you. It's really that.
Yeah.
It's really that. It's really that. And it's not no gangster shit. It's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, you not.
This is what's best for me.
It's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, if like people, we doing this health journey stuff right now, and if I want to eat a cheeseburger, I know it's bad for me, and I still want to do it. You can't tell me not to eat the cheeseburger. I know what's in it. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm not supposed to eat this cheeseburger. I know I'm not supposed to have gluten. I know I'm gonna blow. I know I'm gonna look fat on camera. I'm hungry. I want to eat this fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can tell me.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it because I'm doing it for me, not for nobody else.
Yeah.
I struggled a little more with it, and I still kind of do. I'm coming up off of it now. I think Zay rubs off on me now a lot with the not caring. I'm getting there, but it was heavier on me because it was like people we're acquainted with, and I take energy so serious. And what I told him was like, it would bother me so much that anybody to the left or right of us could like question us being together. Like, you knew us as friends, and like, Why would you wish bad? Why would you not want the best for us? Why would you not be excited? Like, do you, like Zay said, I'm a habitual poor choice maker. Like, that has been my history. So now that I have what I feel like is to be like a good choice, why are you not happy? Why are you not like fine? Like, this makes, some people were like that. They was like, yes, this is it. This makes sense.
Yeah.
So I struggle with, like, what are you seeing that you don't want to support?
Yeah, what is it that you're saying?
Do you not want good for me? Like, that's what I struggle with. And I would tell Zay that I'm like, I don't think I trust people like that. I don't trust people that don't want good for me. I don't want them around.
I mean, how can you?
Yeah, I struggled with them not wanting the best for me, and I struggled with them wishing me bad. Like, I felt like if you're too close in my circle and you think like that, then you're secretly wishing me bad. So, and you know, Zay would be like, who cares? Who cares? That don't matter. And to me, it just mattered so much because it's like, either it was people on his side that didn't even know me like that. Like, you didn't give yourself the opportunity to get to know me. You conjured up a story in your brain as a man, and you felt like, oh, she's bad girl, she's bad girl. Like, you know, and it bothered me. And I'm like, these people have to be around you. They're going to constantly be discouraging you about me. And it made me feel away. Or if it was people close to me that had like little weird stuff to say, it's like, can I trust you?
Yeah.
So I want you away from me. So I struggled with it.
Yeah.
Yes. It was like, I let people feel how they feel. It's okay. It's not gonna change what I'm doing.
Sounds like a much more peaceful way to live, for sure.
It's
Not
like
easy, but
it's like
yeah.
like
I don't care.
it's like I'm okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going home to my girl.
And you pick the side the minute you let me know that you don't fuck with me because of my decision. Because it's like, well, brother, at the end of the brother sister, it's like, this is my life. You know what I mean? Like, I have to live in this body. And these are the choices. And I've been taking care of myself thus far. I ain't, you know, I'm still here. So it's like, if you love me, try and find a way to trust and believe that I got this. And even if I don't, love me enough to have me through that too.
That's it.
Right.
If it's love.
Truthfully, my real friends, they gonna have jokes for days.
Of course. You gonna get these jokes.
Jokes for days. And I love it, right? Because the same situation with them, I'm going to joke for days. Like, it's just what men do.
Yeah.
Like, niggas will joke about you if you have a heart attack and you live, you niggas like, damn, your heart fell out your body the other day and all that. Like, niggas will say stuff, but men, that's what we do. And it's not like, I went to my man crib and we was just drinking and we had a conversation about everything that was going on. And, you know, jokes was flying about our situation, about their situation. It's like, you my man, I don't care what situation you in, you my man, no matter what. Even if I don't like your decision, I'm gonna tell you I don't like your decision, and then we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it's supposed to be.
I agree.
That's just what it's supposed to be. Like, but like, just know, I told you don't go there.
Yeah.
Right? I told you don't go there. You go there and shit go bad.
That's your choice.
I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to kill you. You go hear all these jokes forever.
Yeah.
Forever. My man jokes forever. He has jokes forever for some shit I went through with my daughter's mom. Like she says she lied to him, told him I was on medicine and all that. This nigga says this shit to me every other week. He's like, yo, you took your meds today? Like, just because it is forever. It's for life. She said it to me too. She said it to me the other day. She said it to me the other day. Like, damn, you ain't take your meds today. I'm like, damn, this shit. It's jokes for days,
but
right?
It's love. That's
it's
how
love, right?
Yeah.
And I expect it and I respect it, right? It's just know me. Know if you know me, you know what I'm gonna do. Like, it's just what it is. My mom, my father, everybody, they know me. Like, I'm gonna do whatever Isaiah wants to do, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my decision. If you don't support what I'm doing, it's cool. You don't have to. I don't need you to. Yeah. I'm still going to do it. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you support it. You don't want to come out with me or cool. Okay. Hey, good. I'm not that type of person. Again, we could compartmentalize our friendship, right? And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to. You have to compartmentalize a relationship sometimes.
Sometimes it's cool, but for the most part, everybody that I feel like people have seen history of Danny and then know of my history and feel like it's just another decision that, you know, Isaiah is going to do some dumb shit to fuck it up or Danny picked wrong again, right? And it's like,
letting you be a new person. It's like, bro, I'm constantly changing, bro.
But again, and then people will say that, oh, we like see how you've changed and all that, but I haven't changed enough to be in a successful relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's like make up your mind.
Mm.
Like, cool is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a good father. I see that you're a good father. So if I'm a good father, that
Then
should
why
tell.
couldn't I be?
Why can't I be anything? Like, you think what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like I'm able to turn it off. Like, if I'm in
Yeah.
hoe mode, I'm a hoe.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. If I'm in
Yeah.
relationship mode, I'm in relationship mode. Like,
Yeah.
she answered my phone today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, answer my phone. It was in the bed. She's like, it was phone. I'm like, answer the phone.
Yeah.
She answered it. My man was like, I thought I called the wrong number.
Yeah. Nah.
This is something they not used to.
It's just love and it's trust here.
Right.
That made it easier to handle too, because honestly, it was more people that were supportive and for it than the small. That's another thing I had to keep reminding myself. This is a small
Focus
percentage.
on the people who
focus
support.
on the love, like the people who are
Yes,
supportive,
man.
and the
Yes.
small percentage of people who just don't get it. Like, forget them. They'll come around one
Yes.
day or they won't.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They don't. I don't care.
Yeah.
They
I
do.
don't care.
If they do, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
what's gonna stop?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing I'm gonna do.
Well, I just want to say I commend y'all for having the strength to not care. You care a little less, she cares a little more in certain times, but I commend both of y'all on finding a way to go through this together, because I do think that it is the smart decision to make, to be with somebody that has proven to you who they are. That's just the smart decision to make.
Absolutely.
And it for us, like Zay said, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than people's feelings. Our children are intertwined. These are 3 little girls back to back to back, 9, 10, 11 years old. They're like, triplets. Families are put together. We work as a unit. Like, there's so much bigger than your feelings. Your feelings are not going to stop this movement that's happening in my household. Like, so it's way bigger than what y'all feel. Like, we have things going on that more Black families need.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Like I said, I commend y'all, man. Congratulations on the success and many blessings to everything that's coming to y'all in the future. I wish nothing but just comfort and growth, success, happiness, more closeness, more security, more money, more business endeavors. You know what I mean? Because I think what y'all doing is really noble. And I think that when people see y'all, they're going to see that, maybe I should open my mindset too.
Right.
Hopefully. And so
check that friend zone.
Check the friend zone.
So, before we get out of here, please let the people know who you are. I mean, they know who you are, but let them know where they can find you.
Okay.
Anything you want to share with us, however we can support whatever y'all got going on, please let us know.
Again, I'm Danny. You can find me at Danny_BEAUX_ Convo, CONVEAUX. Convo is big on doing exactly this, like doing the real work. It's not just about relationship goals. It's not about gender wars. It's about doing the actual nitty-gritty work so that you can uncover situations like this.
You can find me on Instagram, ZAY_1167. Yeah. I cause chaos sometimes. I just enjoy life. I'm trying to enjoy life every day and love on people that love me.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful, man. Yeah. Well, y'all, thank y'all for coming. Please leave a rating and review. Please support these people. Go find them. Get in tune with what they got going on. Get invested in their story. Engage with the clips. Engage with the reels. Subscribe to y'all got a YouTube?
No.
They gonna make one at some point.
Combo has a YouTube.
Okay, cool. Just support. You know what I mean? Support. Because it's a beautiful thing they got going on, and you already know the outro, the religion, the spirit of the brand. Whenever I'm working, I will remember that done is better than perfect. And if I'm satisfied with my work, then that means that I'm living in my purpose. It's another episode of Halfway Up. I'm so honored to have y'all on the platform. Would love to have y'all back on again at some point.
All right.
And yeah, man, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
That was dope.
Was it dope?
That was all right.
That was all right.
That was all right.
Love it.
Beautiful, man.